Okay, I think this should be working. I wouldn't doubt it if it didn't, but I'm just thinking like it'll work, but you know, never fucking works. Oh fuck. What the fuck? That's fucked, dude. Okay, anyways, yeah, here's another upload. I kind of wish I didn't just do these checkups. I actually made actual videos. But it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah. No more of the last guy. White hair. No more of him. No, I don't like him anymore. He's cool, but I don't like him. That ain't me. Um, that he was always meant to be a placeholder. I think everything's meant to be a placeholder, but like like everything that I have now, I guess in a sense, I don't even have really any real furniture. I use a fucking cardboard box with a bed that we're gonna use for somewhere else. I use that as a table now, for my creative endeavors. I don't have a desk, so I just kind of find wherever in my room to put my computer, which is crazy because I don't have a trackpad either. Yeah, you're seeing this is really great gameplay. Yeah. Um, I noticed that I've been tending to make these things. Wait, hold on. I've been making these things, like, fuck. Yeah, I've been tending to make these videos. After I watch like a movie, and it's usually not really a good movie, but it's like a movie. I don't really go out too much, so this is kind of a big occurrence. I'm not sure if that leads to me making these, but whatever. The movie in question that was Iron Lung, by Markiplier. They didn't really feel like I didn't really treat it as like a Markiplier film, you know, like that's a discredit, a lack of service to what Markiplier is trying to do here. Yet he still made a movie about nothing. I think, yeah, he still made a nothing movie, a YouTube thumbnail ass movie. Gets nowhere, has no moral, no message, no meaning. You know, is just like is like the question. It's like a prompt, but with no answer. That's what it felt like to me. I think it was kind of like lore baiting. I think the like it felt like a indie game that he would play, but like a film he would make. I think he learned the worst lessons from the stuff that he plays on the daily, because he has to play this on the daily. I'm glad that he got to not do fuck, okay, that's a turret, but I think there's truly something interesting about creatives who are very centrist. And you're gonna get the idea now that I am not centrist. No. No, I'm not. I'm far from it. I'm not gonna tell you what I am, but I'm not. I think I think I think it's kind of weird because he could kind of go either way with this. Because yeah, the little VTuber I have is a Toho character, and that has a very bad stigma. But also, hmm, like, well, what if I am like, I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but what I'm saying is that you gotta take a stance on everything, and that's inherently political. But the thing is that with Markiplier, is that he makes very, fuck. Okay, so I don't know why I overreacted for that, but oh, I like this song. I really like it. Love Sick Part 3 by Nutribus. This is Metal Soul, the album. The other time, I just played like a random mix that I found on YouTube, and I remember I used to do, listen to, oh, I used to listen to while studying. Now I'm just gonna play the albums. It's not really about the money. I don't think create. I gotta add that in. I am so glad he is not money motivated, because that drains the soul out of creative processes, like everything capitalism does. But okay, there, you got a clue. Yeah, you got a clue as to what I believe in. If you already don't know me, you're just some random viewer. Which I respect you if you're a random viewer, because honestly, I would have clicked off like a minute ago. um, but yeah, his movie, I think it didn't really get to any kind of point. I think it kind of felt like it skipped out. It kind of avoided, like you know how if your parents doesn't want you to do something, and you just kind of like avoid it in the conversation. That's what they kind of do with the morals of this film, because we're asked the question constantly, like we're suggested a moral dilemma of this kind of going out of this way for progress at the cost of human lives, and kind of like, I think it does raise a good question, but it doesn't answer it. And I think answering the question is just as good as asking it when it comes to like a film, a book, whatever. I think it's okay to have a stance on things and actually answer it, and have people disagree with you, even if it's like really bad faith critiques. Usually, I think that's a beautiful thing, because like if you didn't have any kind of intellectual pushback to your own thoughts, then how can you grow and change as a person? Fuck. Like if you didn't get any kind of pushback for anything at all, if every conversation was just a neutral agreement, if every kind of like part of like every book you've read, every game you played, imagine if it was just like no conflicts, smoothed out constantly. Oh shit. Oh shit. It always seem to think it's a larger issue than it is. Okay. Okay. It's always the non-issues that turn out to be the issues. Like, you never think a pilot would be as much of an issue as a Ronin. Oh, that was a nice kill. Then like another Titan. But the thing is that they really get up your ass about this kind of stuff. Like like for some reason they don't let you breathe. Like they let North Stars breathe, but they don't let you breathe. Anyways, back to what I was trying to say with this kind of dilemma of not answering questions, and not trying to politically and actively and philosophically challenge the viewer. I think you kind of make something that doesn't have any real reason to exist. Like, I think if you can't, I'm not saying every piece of art has to brilliantly convince people to your take on a subject. I just think it has to give you them like a kind of thought, food for thought. You get what I mean? And I think Markiplier didn't do this. I don't think he did it with the suspense either. He didn't really when it. Okay, not the whole time. There's scenes where it feels like, yeah, yeah, this is clicking together. I like the blood and the gore. I think it's creepy. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. Oh, that's a nice execution. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, I'm double sorry, dude. Oh shit, I feel bad now. But yeah, I think the kind of yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm like recollecting my thoughts. This guy's probably gonna get. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, there we go. But what I'm trying to say here is, I think I'd rather have a kind of, I don't know. I'd rather have worse movies that say more than good movies productively that say less, I think. And I think the production quality works a lot in a lot of different places. I don't think it works 100% of the time, but because of this lack of kind of pushing forward that was necessary to make it even a good suspense, I think what do you call it? I think it works worse. I think there is a little bit of suspension of disbelief, but I think there could have been a lot of good drama from the fact that the guy that Markiplier plays, Simon. Yeah, I was about to call him Simon or whatever, like like how they say in the Gurren Lagann dub. Okay, um, and what do you call it? I think. Ooh, yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh shit. All right, we're back. Yeah, we're back. Hey, yay. What's up? Terry. Kalia. Okay, let's go. Ordinary Joe. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. Fuck. Okay. Back to the I don't remember what happened before the great crashing. Um I what I do remember is I was going kind of hard on Iron Lung as a plot, as a film. What it means morally, I think morals have a lot. I don't think of like morals in like in the traditional term of like kind of cultural expectations. I mean like literally in the kind of like like the moral at the end of a story. Like that's the kind of moral I'm talking about. Just the lesson, the kind of outcome, the meta contextual meaning of something. I think is very important, and I think a lot of people denying this is a very big kind of criticism I've been seeing a lot recently. Um, kind of undermining any kind of meta contextual meaning for everything, like at all. You see it a lot with the video games nowadays, where it's like, oh, I just want to be escapism, but you also see it with sometimes with movies and TV shows, and it's kind of disheartening to kind of dismiss literally everything as this kind of osmosis into your mind, enjoyment, dopamine streak kind of thing. Um, when I think life should suck more. I think you should voluntarily make your life suck a little bit more. I think you should just kind of sit there and meditate. Maybe like deliberately waste time sometimes. Maybe take the longer path. That's what I think. I think you should give yourself the inconveniences if your life is too easy. I think. And then I think that if you're a real asshole, I think that's the bridge to to being a more selfless and kind of considerate person. I think if you're willing to just kind of do it for no reason, then it becomes a piece of cake if you start helping people out for other people's sake. You get what I mean? I'm not sure how well that would work under scrutiny. I'm just kind of pitching out there, but yeah, it just kind of came to me. But yeah, I think there should be a kind of larger struggle in people's lives, and I don't really think it matters too much if it's artificial or what do you call it? Like in a weird way, I'm kind of doing like an evil, like slow down and smell the roses. I'm kind of, that's what I'm kind of like saying here. Like instead of like, I think you should be thankful for what you have, but I also think you like, what I'm saying is that you should be able to kind of relinquish something that makes things easier for a more fulfilling and complete kind of vision of that thing. You get what I mean? In a way, I think being inconvenienced can enrich the life. Actually, even in like a writing sense, I'm not gonna be writing anytime soon. I don't think. Sadly enough, I don't want to get into that, but I think the parts that frustrated me enough of life to make me want to write. I think that's just beautiful, because what do you call it? Yeah, it sucked. It was horrible. I think things still kind of suck, and things are still kind of horrible. But holy shit, that was a good idea to write down. Like, yeah, let me get sadder. That I want to make a like that. That could be great as a fucking story, dude. Okay, I want that. But I think there's like kind of a like, don't get too caught up in your sorrows kind of deal. I mean, I'm kind of hypocritical for saying this, but like, I'm saying this for the both of us. Like I'm saying this like you to me, me to you, kind of. Yeah. Anyways, I think I think the film Iron Lung could have gone closer to actually expressing a realistic, uh, not realistic, but like kind of a more realized form of what it avoids to do to um to making. That was a dumb decision. You're seeing some real dumb gameplay. You're seeing me trying some bullshit. Okay, that's what this is. Um, but yeah, I think there's like, I think it should have said more about the nature of what you call it, of the execution kinda. I don't really care about the set dressing of it, on like what Markiplier's character killed, like destroyed. I think, or like the kind of psycho religious elements of the film, I think that's also really weak. But what I think really should have been made is, if I think Simon's kind of belief should have been more I wouldn't say tested, but I think he should have dawned on what he did more. I think I think the same thing applies to mission control. I'm gonna call them mission control because that's what they are. I think they should have really thought about the logistics of what you call it, of what happened. I think it would have been a really cool idea if the film. Why were you there? Why were you on the? Okay. But I think more should have been done with the kind of concept of. I really like the concept of, if somehow, okay, at the end of the film, Markiplier finds a kind of almost like a very essential kind of thing, and if he could get that data, then he'll be saved. I think that they should have went into that more. I think, first of all, the decision to kind of kill someone off, yeah, make themselves still useful. I think the movie could have done more with this kind of aspect of human bodies as a kind of utilitarian deal. You get what I mean, like a utilitarian purpose, because if Markiplier is saved, and like if he actually did get saved, his whole kind of characterization of his purpose within the colony is that he did this one good thing for this one for the cause of rebuilding society. Um, so it really comes to mind: is the crime that he really committed taken as seriously if he's just so easily forgiven because of circumstance? Do you think it would have been worthwhile if he was treated more? I'm gonna get out of my Titan. Actually, no, I'm greedy. There we go. Um, yeah, I'm almost at G10, baby. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I think more should have been done in the kind of relation he has in his survival, in his theoretically bargained survival. Um, because this kind of conclusion that they get to is that he'll just be picked up. But I don't think that's I don't think that's a fulfilling answer. I think that's a very unfulfilling answer to what his kind of hero's journey is. Well, not hero's journey, just progression in general. It's progression. Um, but yeah, his progression as a character, I think he should have kind of done on um I think not only should have it been kind of focused more in not only his relations to the colony as just kind of like this meat machine that goes out into the iron lung and pilots it and does their bidding, because I think that's kind of what would have happened if they actually decided to specify what this new deal was about. I think he would have been a slave to the submarine. They were just gonna keep sending him on on these suicide missions. Well, they never explain that, and I don't think it's really implied either. So this is just kind of like a self-made inference, but I think that's what they should have done with his bargain survival. I think um I think he should have really thought about if he did the good thing, if what do you call it, if Eden was a mistake of his, like if the thing that got him to be a convict was his mistake or not, and even if it wasn't his mistake, should he still be tried for leading to the death of a very what do you call it, important colony, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, Lovesick is playing again, so I'm sorry if y'all get annoyed to it, but I don't give a shit. Um, that's rude. I'm sorry. Sorry. Mwah. Okay. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I think I think for a society so limited in resources, I think there's a lot of dehumanization that's gonna happen to the people who are still alive. I think that would also be a cool theme to get into. I think since everything is so resource driven in this world of Iron Lung, I think, does it really it will is Simon's life valued because he is a another sentient creature who could think and pilot the machines, because I don't think they have the technology to do all automatically. Is that logistically viable to keep him alive? Is that the reason why she mission control would let him be? Um, I think that's a cool idea to get into. I think they could have said something really interesting about this kind of limited resource kind of survival um aspect, especially since a big part of when he comes back, when they actually agree to save him, it's on the condition that he picks up some schematics or whatever for shit they can't make anymore. It's all about the resources. You could make a statement that he is as much a schematic, almost like this kind of tool to them as the things that he's picking up, but they don't get into that. In fact, I think that's a very interesting kind of conclusion to get to, because it he he's his brother survived, I think, and his brother survived. Um. Oh shit. Why we have we're getting stomped. Anyways, his brother survived, so clearly it's the either this isn't really traditionally seen as a punishment, um, but it makes less sense the more I think about it, because in such a resource based kind of scenario, wouldn't anything be so important? Is the iron lung thing itself? It's not. Is it? It's kind of a shitbox. I get that, but wouldn't it still be important enough to pick up if it was what do you call it? Like I just think they more should have kind of went into this kind of resource driven um portion of the thinking behind all the characters and the setting, because they tried to stress it with the stars and the planets, and I think that's a cool idea. But I think that would naturally conclude to a lot of the things I'm suggesting now, but they just don't talk about it. And that's cool and all, but I don't know. I don't really like I'm not really a big fan of fucking Markiplier pissing about. I think the middle is very slow because I think the middle is inconsequential. I think if you're not gonna do something about make commentary about how Markiplier's been able to last this long or whatever, I think you should have kind of made it the opposite. I think he should have been an incompetent submarine driver then, because that would add to the suspense. I think if you weren't gonna suggest this kind of moral dilemma about his nature as a machine, kind of as this what do you call it? I kind of wording it weird, but you get what I mean. Like as this kind of tool for the yeah, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I just get it. I'm pissed. Anyways, like back to what I was saying. Like the thing is that if you weren't gonna make a commentary about the nature of this kind of limited resource world, I think you should have at least made it a man versus nature kind of plot, because it didn't feel like there was enough nature in a sense, and I don't mean it in the literal sense where it's like oh trees and foliage and all that extra shit. I mean it in like the what do you call it? The sense of these other organisms going out and being a problem, or the other stuff. I think there's a little bit of that, and I think the movie starts to work a little bit better when he's given these kind of mundane, not mundane. I mean the mundane tasks, kind of upkeep of the ship. I think also should have been upplayed more. Um, and I mean that a whole lot more than finding duct tape, and then a scene is wasted on the duct tape falling off. I mean that more like what do you call it? Like I think more fire should have gone. I think the ship should have basically been on its last limbs the whole fucking film. If we weren't gonna do the whole, if we weren't gonna make it like more of a kind of philosophical plot. I think there should have been more noises, more weird shit. I think there the outside environment should have been played up more, because if it's not, then like it felt like a very deflated film. It felt like there wasn't enough in there, I think, and I don't mean that in runtime. I mean that in contents. I think it still could have been a slow burn. It's just that there was too little in suspense too. And then, but the thing is that let's talk about the acting now. The acting is wasted on the script. Well, not wasted. Wasted is too extreme. It is not a wasted script, as in like oh this is total garbage. Like bringing out the fucking cartoon reviewer, like speak like I'm the angry video game nerd. I don't know how it goes. But like I think okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay, dude. What the fuck? But um back to what I was saying, like um I think it's cool that how the fuck did I kill that guy? It's cool that Troy Baker's there. I didn't realize him. Apparently fucking Jacksepticeye is there. I didn't realize he was there. How the fuck is he there? I didn't hear his voice once. Making me feel crazy. Um the captain lady, I feel bad for, I think her name's Ava. Ava is like okay, I guess. I think she says fuck too much because I have an issue with this film saying fuck too much, which is like I think it works better when Markiplier does it because what do you call it? He's Markiplier. I think it's just kind of in his nature to curse like that in a weird way. This is kind of just vibes. I won't really explain it too well. Um, but I have two of the same. What fucking song is this? Eclipse. I'll talk to you soon now. Okay. The funny thing about Nujabes songs is a lot of them are love songs. Like I think Ava's her voice is cool. I think she's an okay character, but I think she says fuck too much because it's not really. I think she should have been more professional. And my extra kind of feeling on this film is that I think is a little the script does kind of feel a little bit emotionally flat. Not the acting, because I think Markiplier for how many times he says fuck and then it starts to get uh bored or lame or whatever. He still makes it work. He still tries to make it work. He's a great actor. I think he should act more. I think that's his element because I thought he was just gonna be like the kind of actor who only does comedy acting. But he doesn't. He could do more than comedy acting, and I'm surprised. And I'm like, wow, I want this guy to be in more shit now. Not Edge of Sleep. Edge of Sleep fucking sucked. If you knew what Edge of Sleep is, then yeah, I do not like that. It sucks. It's garbage. Boring ass. Um, I think. Oh shit! No, my trip home. Wait, where is it? No. Oh this match loss won't appear on your record. Thanks, Titanfall. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So, the issues that I have with the film is that are these things, but I still don't think it's a horrible debut. I think it gets kind of a bit of a pass because of it being the debut. I think that might be a little bit bad of a way to see movies, but won't stop my bias from kind of going out and saying, yeah, I'm gonna be a little softer on this because it's just his first. Technically, it's not his first, but like, shit, are we gonna mention fucking Darkiplier, fucking the heist? Are we so dead ass? Um, yeah. So like, I just think like I'm gonna switch albums if y'all don't mind. I think. Well, hold on. Let me go into this house. Let me switch this to another Nutribus album because I don't know. I'm just feeling like a different vibe. Okay, Spotify. Okay. Yeah, let's listen to some metaphorical music. This one is a lot more kind of. Oh shit. 20, 20 0? 22. Okay. No. Nah. Nah, this ain't looking good. Okay, but. Oh, this song's a banger. It is a banger. Um, yeah, I guess yeah. I just don't think it really works too well. I think I gave it a 5 out of 10. Finally, you get a score 5 out of 10. That might be a little bit too kind of nice for it, but also I'm trying to diversify my kind of scores. I think scores are kind of bullshit because they're how the fuck does he already have Titan? Um, but yeah, I just don't think there's much of a listen it. Listen it. Listen it. Fuck. Um, I just don't think there's like much of a kind of I think since we're all emotional creatures, this fucking guy. You see, I'm proving it like now. Um, I think like because we have such emotional responses to stuff. I think it matters more how something made you feel rather than how something is good, kind of from an objective sense, because I don't think that really exists. Um, I think there is a kind of form of objective goodness, but it's kind of objective in the subjective. I'd say if it works to the elements of the creator's intent, then it is a good production. Um, but I mean every creator would kind of I mean this in a kind of an unbiased kind of like um sense that okay like I don't mean this in that the creator themselves seeing their work and kind of seeing if they did it properly, if they executed properly. I think you could infer how well a person executed their ideas off your own idea. It's gonna have some bias, but I think it's definitely possible. But I don't think objective critique can really matter too much. I think that's the beauty of it. There's people who think this movie is a 10 out of 10, and I can't possibly ever see that, but I think that's badass. Okay. I think there's people who think it's a 0 out of 10. I feel a little bad for those people because they were probably wasted like 3 hours of their life. I'm gonna be real. Um, and then there's people in the middle like me, who I can't say that I didn't positively benefit from this experience. Oh, this one's good by the way. I love Leave It Brown. That's awesome. Sorry if I stopped talking for a bit. I'm just like, wow. But yeah, I just think there is a kind of degree of separation between biased thought and objective critique that allows objective critique to exist, but I don't think it'll ever matter more than personal experience. That is a bit of a hot take. Like I don't know, like like all the shit I like it looks really rudimentary, and well, kind of like there's like a million people out there who love Undertale and Deltarune and all that extra shit. And I would say I'm a fan too, and like that's like the most rudimentary things to look at ever. That is like, I wouldn't say shitty pixel art because it looks beautiful for pixel art standards. Well, I would say beautiful. I I'm not trying to like discredit like the artist's work. It looks very appealing and nice and cool and shit. It's just that I wouldn't say it's the absolute peak of pixel art, but still, yeah, there's a lot to kind of give as an experience. I actually do want to talk about that a little bit more. I think on the creative side of like these internet people getting into the spotlight now, I think it's a very strange period for what do you call it? Oh shit! Why did I let that happen? Just get hit with all of it, with the whole load. Um, but yeah, I think there's a lot of experience kind of coming out of that internet space now, and I think it's very it's inspiring. I think it's about the most inspiring kind of part about this um fuck this new stage of kind of like art is in general. And when I mean new stage, you're probably thinking, oh, you're talking about such a short period of time. You're talking about probably like the last 2 years. I'm talking about like the last 30 years. I'm talking about like um AOL to now. I think it's very dangerous though because in its infancy you kind of get a lot of bad kind of influences from nowadays. I think the commoditization commodifization of art is very dangerous. I think amateurish art is definitely more susceptible, kind of in a sense. I think there is a very almost like a gym like kind of. Also, I be on some bullshit this whole game. um I think there is a very kind of almost like gym bro esque insecurity driven world of art out there. I think especially in how competitive it is, how you have to pit a lot of people against each other in that's what the social media kind of platforms do. Got it. um I'm going for a top 3 this game. I'm not going for winning. uh but yeah, I just think that the commoditization of art makes it like I got a lot better at art. I don't think you'll ever properly see it. I don't feel like it's really worthwhile. But like I think kind of a lot of after a certain point, well, especially when you don't get any kind of deeper response, you kind of start to see like is my art being seen as like actual and a thing that I cared about enough to make. Is it being seen eye to eye, or is it just like another consumable for enjoyment? And that's what I was talking about earlier. I think with the kind of okay, I should get out of here. Utilitarian kind of. I don't want to think about anything and nothing means anything because everything serves to be entertainment or escapism kind of shit I was talking about earlier. Um, I think it kind of starts getting reactions. I feel like the not from other people but from the self. That it feels like, well, if I'm making art that's kind of like in a set or whatever, like, what reason are you making this actually? Is this just like another thing for the slop maker? Is people going to actually enjoy it? Is it just like eye candy for the next person to see? And if that's the case, why even bother? That's the case where I'm at with the art that I'm making, because I used to make art for very specific different other reasons, kind of as a smaller what do you call it? Kind of as a smaller incentive on the path to something with more meaning, but I feel like this was the more meaning, especially since it was more personalized. Now there is no kind of personalization. I mean, the ideas come from the self, come from the mind. That is very personal, I guess. But like, otherwise, I wouldn't say I make art for as good a reason as I did before. And then the thing is that now I think my art's a lot better, and I now it feels like almost um that kind of what do you call it, skill is vestigial as like a kind of reason. Well, it's kind of weird, but what I'm trying to say here is that the the reason why I do art no longer aligns with the skill that I developed it for, so it feels discouraging. And because it feels discouraging, I just don't. I'm getting increasingly and more increasingly kind of what do you call it? Like increasingly kind of disinterested. Not from a kind of art kind of make no not kind of like an art perceiving point of view where I'm like what do you call it, like I don't know, reading more, watching more, kind of seeing more. Like I love doing that. Just I like analyzing. I like looking into it. I like seeing the feelings. I like how it makes me feel in a way, even if it makes me feel like bad feelings. I think because I think it's like interesting. You get what I mean? And like I from that point of view, I'm still fine with it. I have no issue with seeing art and looking into it, kind of making it seeing what makes it tick. But like making it in the other side of the wall, the window, that's more discouraging now, because I feel like I'm discouraged because I don't think anyone else will pay me that due the way that I have for them. But I'm not sure. I think I will make one day the, I wouldn't say the magma opus, but the kind of nexus point of like artistic existence. But yeah, you just kind of know. Yeah, got. If there's nothing you can do, you can't do nothing. Do what you can. And take that to life, life to death, and whatever comes after. Like a lot of stuff that happened, I didn't think would happen the way they did. But in a way, I've kind of already understood that they were gonna happen for a long time. I just never thought that moment would come. I remember I used to have dumbass ideas, and now I hear people with those dumbass ideas, kind of like similar dumbass ideas, and I look at it in like a, you're going to get your kind of your mind blown, your heart crushed. You're gonna be disappointed in ways that you didn't even know existed. In a way, this is more depressive than the last time I spoke. But the last time I spoke, I didn't really have this kind of conclusion yet. I was still developing it. Um, Mostly because I hadn't reached the point of no return when it came to disappointment, I think. Um, this year feels very lethargic. More tired than the last, I think. Like I think everyone kind of feels like they fucked up, at least in a certain way. I don't mean this in like a news kind of geopolitical sense. I mean this in a kind of introspective way. It felt like I was freaking out over shit every other day last year. In a sense, either that or feeling very isolated. Now I just feel isolated. I don't really know what I used to do when I was a kid. I don't really think I used to do anything. I think I'm gonna look back on my kind of teenage adolescent years kind of in a bittersweet way. Like you got to kind of almost butt out of that shell a bit, but it just kind of made you realize how much shit sucked. And there's no kind of going back in a way. I've always kind of had that view of life. Even when I was a kid, I was like, I'm gonna become 20, and life's gonna get shit, and it's gonna stay shit forever. And there will be no meaning to anything at all. That was the kind of mentality I had. Not the no meaning to everything at all, but I felt like it was gonna be such a killing kind of schedule mentality that it would drain the passion and life out of everything. Now I think there's a little bit of wiggle room after you kind of graduate high school, have to work a job for 30 years, and then you slow down physically, and then you die due to something. God knows what. I think I'm fucked. I think I'm gonna have some mystery illness in my 50s, and I'm gonna die that way. Not like truly mystery illness, but like in the sense that I have something that's in the family, and we won't know till it just starts like going out, and it's like, hey, fuck you, die. Kind of way. In a way, I think that also makes, I think for a lot of okay, whatever. Oh, sorry. Sorry for alt tabbing. Some shit just happened and like whatever. Um, yeah, I just got like what do you call it? Scammer like went into like a server I was in, and then pinged everyone, and then like left immediately. But I don't think he could do anything because like what do you call it? It was just like 4 images linked, like not with an actual link, just like fucking images, and then at everyone, and then just gone immediately. You can't do shit with that, I don't think. In fact, I think that's kind of silly. It's not every day that you see some shit like that. Especially since the that kind of bot guy, whatever, was in the server for like half the day. Yeah, I just got so fucking confused from that I'm not giving commentary, and I'm really sorry for that. And I think that's kind of funny. In fuck, in a way. I just could hide up here. You can't do shit. Okay, okay, maybe that might not be the smartest idea, but oh, I'm gonna die that way. Well, I'm gonna die that way. But yeah, I'm just like, that's a lot of titans. Where are they? Some kind of titan falling? Whatever. I'm kind of pissed. Just no fucking punchline there. And fucking straight up anti joke. If you were on 4chan, they would call this coal. Okay, that's how you know I'm tapped in. Or whatever, something. Fun fact: I'm filming this on the night of the Super Bowl. I didn't even know the Super Bowl was happening today. I don't even know what a Super Bowl really is. I know it's something to do with football. I'm gonna skip this song because I just don't like it. Because the guy, yeah, yeah, I don't really like it because the guy just seems really preachy to and like fucking pretentious. I don't know. It's just the lyrics. It's the lyrics that get me. It's like he shut up, dude. You know, when I was younger, I used to think Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic were the same guy. I used to have like, honestly, I think I used to have like face blindness or something when I was younger. Like there would be no reason for me to get the people that I remember when I was younger. I used to get people wrong, but now looking back, I feel like, wow, how could you even get people like that wrong? You couldn't. What the fuck, dude? That's fucked. So fucked. Telefragging is bullshit in this game, I think. I've never seen a game that punishes you for for telefragging. Like that's just not how it works. It's the fucking opposite. You should be rewarded for planning that shit. Like I get it's overpowered, but like, hey, you managed to triangulate the bullshit. Anyways, I'm going to the ship now. I don't know how long this is going on for. I'm gonna be honest. 49 minutes. Oh, jeez. That's actually longer than the last video. Well, I think that should be enough though. I want to record more, but I think that should be enough.